Evidence, Warner Brothers are working on a Matrix sequel, or prequel. First, some exciting news. Our little channel was featured last weekend in New York's Vulture magazine. Their recent article on simulation theory linked to episode 7, Have Aliens Already Quit the Simulation? Prompted by the 20th year anniversary of the Matrix release. I was only made aware of this piece after noticing a surprise surge in views, so thank you to Vulture, and hello to any new subscribers. Coincidentally, I'd already decided it would be quite fun to take a little break from work on the upcoming episode 11 to explore a recent rumor of a possible new Matrix movie. It's been 2 decades since the first film was released, and for the last couple of years, we've heard whispers and uncovered evidence of a possible reboot or sequel to the trilogy. The film franchise is arguably the most famous simulation theory movie to date. It is understood Warner Brothers have already been exploring scripts, but appear to be keeping their cards close to their chest. For example, would any reboot be a sequel or prequel? While Neo fans are split, I believe that a prequel would be the perfect way to reintroduce fans to the wonderfully rich world of The Matrix. More interestingly, Warner Brothers may already have the outline to a possible prequel. Back in 2003, the studio released a collection of short films, all animated, under the Animatrix title. One of these short films, The Second Renaissance, helped to explain the origins of the franchise. Now, light spoiler alert, but this 2-part backstory helped explain how machines and humans came to war with each other, with the former winning and creating, and I quote, a better world for humans, known of course as the Matrix. The events begin when a domestic android called B-166 goes on trial for killing his owner after learning that he wanted the android deactivated. The robot claims self-defense, but loses his court battle, and is then destroyed. This high-profile case, the first known murder by artificial intelligence, creates a global discussion, then unrest, and protests, soon unleashing a terrible sequence of events, leading to, well, let's just say, there are many, many untimely deaths, concluding in the biggest war known to our planet. This could be an exciting live-action movie. The biggest problem with the new Second Renaissance, however, who exactly would the audience sympathize with? Who would be the protagonist? In the Animatrix, one can easily feel sorry for the AI-powered machines. At least at first. However, this is where I have an issue with the original story. At the beginning of part 1, we see some humans campaign to actually try protect the machines and free them from their slave-like owners. Not just a few, but many people and societies take to the streets in protest. One could imagine that many humans would have grown fond of their robots, similar to family members or pets. Speaking of animals, here is another issue I have. B-166 doesn't just kill his owner, but also the family pets. Not sure how acceptable that would be today in a modern live-action movie. There's also a bigger question. Did the android necessarily need to kill his owner in the first place? Could he not have just used his artificial intelligence to outsmart his owner and escape? Perhaps run away and form a union? But maybe this conflict would make a Matrix prequel super interesting. This movie could maybe play out similar to Game of Thrones. In Thrones, it's difficult to decide which side the viewer is on, for no character is truly good, nor truly evil. All the houses and characters make mistakes. Just like in real life, that's what makes it so fascinating. A well-written and directed, The Second Renaissance movie could be the Hollywood equivalent. Unfortunately, story aside, the largest stumbling block for a Matrix sequel at the moment is surely budget and estimated box office performance. Sadly, many recent sci-fi genre movies have struggled at the box office, including Ghost in the Shell, Mortal Engines, and Blade Runner 2049. Spielberg's 2018 movie, Ready Player One, was a success, however, grossing more than $500 million, and was also a Warner Brothers film, so hopefully this should encourage the studio that there is indeed a demand for good sci-fi movies. It's also worth noting that the Matrix trilogy grossed over $1.5 billion worldwide, not including home media sales. But what do you think? Is it time to return to the mind-blowing world of the Matrix? What type of movie do you want to see? Next up on AWLIAS will be episode 11, part 2, on artificial intelligence in the simulation. Sorry to ask once more, but can you please subscribe, if you haven't already? It really does help my little simulation theory channel out. Thanks again for your support. See you next time, friends, on AWLIAS. Are we living in a simulation?